Welcome to Dining with John. I'm glad that you could join me today. We have a very special meal prepared, and we have on our table a 2017 Zinfandel red wine. Oh, that's so good. And over here is a plate of cookies. They might look like ordinary cookies, but these are cinnamon cookies. Super delicious. I'm just gonna take a little bit. They're just the right crispness. They're crumbly, delicious. And over here, we have our dessert. How's this? Moving straight to dessert. This is a pumpkin custard with whipped cream. I'm going to save this for later. And if you need butter for anything, we have a herb butter. The herbs come from our garden. We've got a whole bunch of wonderful herbs out there. But the main course is on this plate right here. As you can see, we have our meat, which is a chuck roast with mushroom gravy. You just want to take a little bit of a sample here. Bear with me. And we'll just see how this tastes. Ooh. The meat is so tender and moist, and the mushrooms are creamy. It's a delight. You gotta try it. And over here we have the unique creation. It is called the apple pie butternut squash, and I can't wait to try a piece of this. It's got a apple pie seasoning on it. Mmm. I love the butter, and the softness of the squash is cooked just right, and it's fresh, and I just love the zing of the cinnamon. Now, lastly, we have over here, it's called the Brussels sprouts. They're crispy with a bunch of herbs and Parmesan cheese just melted right on the top. It'll look delightful. Let's see if I can try one of these out. Mmm, it's so good. I love the crispness of the Brussels sprouts with the cheese. I think there might be a little bit of salt on there. It just blends together and it's amazing. Anyways, I'm going to get started. Go ahead and dine with me, and we'll just enjoy a meal together. Let's see. There's so many things to choose from. I'm wondering what I'm going to eat first here. You know, I can't go wrong with a little bit more of Brussels sprouts. They're so good. Now, Brussels sprouts are a really interesting vegetable to me. They represent like tiny little cabbages. How I cook them is I cut off the bottom of them and split them in half and remove some of the outer leaves. And then you can like do whatever you want with them. You can put them in a skillet and cook them there. I like to set them on a big pan and put them in the oven for, I don't know, like 40 minutes at 400 degrees. And they get nice and crispy, and then you can put whatever kinds of sauce on them or whatever kind of cheese. It really kicks it up a notch, I gotta say. But some people just don't like Brussels sprouts. So if I think it all comes down to the way you're cooking them. You can cook them terribly and they'll be terrible, or you can cook them really well and they'll be just magnificent. So it's up to you, really. You can have a few more of these. They're so good. Mm. Try some of this Zinfandel here. It's got a little bit of a bitterness to it, and I like it kind of a tart wine, but it goes really good with the Brussels sprouts. I think I should probably try it with the meat here. So we're just going to take a piece of chuck roast and then a sip of wine, and we're going to see how the flavors combine, and I'll let you know. Wow, that's really good chuck roast. Oh yeah. So first, the meat, it was smooth. It had a mushroom on it, and it went really good with the deeper aftertone tastes of the wine. So I'd say that this 2017 Zinfandel and this chuck roast are an excellent pairing for your next dining experience. You can take it from me. I've been eating my entire life, and I think it tastes very good. All right, we're gonna have a few of these squash and see how they go. Maybe I'll find a piece of apple. That'd be great. Ooh, that was so good. All right, let's go get the apple here. Ooh. If you ever find that you have too many apples in your refrigerator, what I like to do is I like to cut them in half and core them. Just throw them face down on a pan with some butter. Throw some cinnamon on there. And baked apples are just amazing. You can put like 3 apples, and then you'll have 6 halves, and that's enough for like the entire family to just have like baked apples. So if you ever get a chance to do that, I highly recommend it. It'll just blow your socks off. So sweet and tasty. Yeah, the cinnamon on the squash has a great mouthfeel to it, and then I try the wine after that. It's just a pleasant, refreshing experience. I like it quite a lot. I see looking at those desserts over there. I've not forgotten about them. I'm going to work my way over there. Don't worry. Wow, that, I gotta say, this mushroom gravy is just phenomenal. I'll have to post a recipe or something. You guys gotta try it and make it at home. We have a local farm store where we like to buy all of our squash. We get it at a really affordable price. But you're probably looking at a squash and wondering, this thing's hard to peel, it's hard to cut, and it's just tough to cook. Well, I got a few simple tips and tricks if you want to cube up your own butternut squash real quick and easy at home. The toughest part of a butternut squash to process is, I think, the skin. For a while, I just used a large chef's knife to get all the skin off, but that was slow and it didn't work very well. Next thing I switched to was a potato peeler, and in just like 2 minutes, you can have the skin off of the entire thing, and you'll have just a beautiful piece of squash there ready to go. There's a few different ways you can cook a squash. You can cube it up or cut it in half and just lay both halves face down. It's up to you. You can collect all the seeds in it too for other things. But, where's your credit card? Mushroom gravy and the parmesan cheese and the crispy Brussels sprouts. Oh, they're so good. Just love it. Before I get too far along, I want to try some of this herb butter here. I'm going to put it on some of my last pieces of squash and stuff and see how it goes. Should be pretty awesome. You can really taste all the different herbs. It's really good. Creamy and smooth. I love it. This meat is so good with the gravy. Can't stop talking about it. Try some butter on my meat. That's the best. That's the best. Best one. Main course is delicious, it's filling, it's wonderful. Let's move on towards dessert. A moment. So let's bring back our two favorites. We've got the cinnamon cookies and the pumpkin custard with the whipped cream. And it looks like we can do a couple different things here. I'm going to put the pumpkin custard right on the cinnamon cookie. We'll see how it goes. the pumpkin custard with the whipped cream tastes like this amazing frosting, and then you got the firmness of the cookie underneath. Oh, it just so amazing. Be extra daring. We're going to dip the cookie into the custard. See how that goes. So amazing. It's like eating pumpkin pie. So good. Last cinnamon cookie, and it'll be time for the rest of the custard. That's amazing. I have the sweetness of the cookie, the custard, and the more tart aftertaste of the wine. Oh, that is just heavenly. It's creamy, it's velvety. I love the smoothness of it. So good. And the crunch of the cookie really brings out this amazing mouthfeel for this delicacy. Alright, let's move on to the last piece of dessert. We already had some, let's just try the pumpkin custard by itself. Ooh, that's tantalizing. The way so smooth. Oh, this is good. I gotta get some more of this. Good. I love the cinnamon notes in it, and it's just got this fullness. It's immaculate. That was simply delightful, and it was only about 1,000 calories, so I think that it was great dining with you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.